It's WrestleLost. It's WrestleLost. Can you believe it? King Bad God. Oh. Woo-hoo. I see that, JR. It's triggered. It's Johnny. It's Drew. Can you believe it? It's going to be a slobber knocker. As they say, anything can happen on WrestleLost. Welcome to WrestleLost, folks.
Yes, Sister Dan has here. It's the WrestleLost Derby cast.
The sniper.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to WrestleLost. I know it's been quite a while. We've been doing some watch-alongs, so it's been a good bit since we've done an actual podcast, but here we are. Of course, a man down because Johnny is currently on vacation from work, and he's out there trying to make some extra money one way or another. So we're going to let him go out there and have some fun and do his thing. So sending our condolences to the family of Darren Drostoff, a.k.a. Draws. He had a bit of a rough life. He passed away on June 30th, 2023. And yeah, I remember him from a couple of matches. He really didn't have that many televised in WWE or even with WWE as a whole. But I remember seeing him, and my thoughts about Draws were he always looked badass. Like the hair, the tattoos. In that moment, he stood out from a lot of people. Yeah, and the piercings. He stood out a lot. So I thought that at the time he was very unique. And if he would have, we always talk about how if some person would have came in for a different era of wrestling, it would still work. And I think if Draws would have came in right now, he would be among the top just because of physicality, the way he looked, and all that shit. So what are your thoughts or anything you remember of Draws?
Yeah. Just his look, because he started out with Legion of Doom as their third wheel.
Yeah.
Third member of Legion of Doom or whatever. And then he actually teamed with Albert and for a little while there after that. But when he first came in, he was called Puke because he could throw up on command.
Yeah. If y'all remember Beyond the Mat, that was a good moment that was shown on there between Vince and Draws.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just here's the one thing I want to say about him after his life in wrestling was cut short. Even though he was paralyzed, he worked to gain mobility and be as mobile as possible. And he didn't let that deter him from having a good life. He found ways to get around. He found ways to be happy. And I'll say, man, it was pretty damn inspiring, you know? He didn't let him get him down. So I just thought that was worth mentioning, that he, all things considered, was seemingly a pretty happy person. So R.I.P. Draws. One of the other things that I have here, there wasn't that much news, as Johnny would say. So one of the other things I have down here is this week, Diamante has officially signed full time with AEW.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hard to imagine she hasn't been signed.
Yeah.
Because she's like always around.
Yeah. even though she hasn't had like a consistent series of matches in AEW to where she's there weekly, bi-weekly, or having a match one week and cutting a promo the other week, she has been around. And it's been pretty active in AEW, though not consistently, like I said. So to hear that just now she's been signed full-time is a bit shocking to me. And makes me think, what are they going to do with her? Because
she fixing to get a big push.
yeah, if you're gonna, it's not necessarily a big deal yet, but every time they announce a signing, it's because they got something in the works for them.
Yeah.
So that would make me think they finally got something for her. They came up with something, and I'm excited to see what that something is. So, we'll see what happens. Not a lot has come out of it, so we're gonna have to wait and see. But I'm excited for her because, again, a unique look, and yeah, I think she could be badass. So hell yeah, can't wait for that. But the other thing that has been talked about a lot on Twitter, and we have yet to see anything this week from AEW because it's obviously Monday, so no Dynamite, no Rampage yet, no Collision. But Colt Cabana was backstage at Dynamite last week, and now people are throwing around the rumor that he will be the final member in BCC for Blood and Guts. But then there's the rumor that CM Punk pitched the idea of him being the final member of BCC for Blood and Guts.
So are they going to throw Colt with the Elite?
I don't know, but it's very interesting because
they have real beef in real life.
And even though they said a lot of this stuff has been worked out, I don't know if that's one of the things. Because we know him and the Punk and the Elite aren't on the best talking terms still. But if you're going to do this match, and if you're going to have BCC versus the Elite, I don't know who you would throw in where. I mean, the obvious choice is Colt Cabana being with the Elite and CM Punk being with BCC. But that would mean they have to work together and be in that ring together,
right,
and look out for each other. And with Brawl Out and everything that happened there, and with the rumor of them not working together at all, it makes it very interesting.
I just don't see it happening.
You don't see it happening at all?
No. Not with Punk getting involved.
I know that when people become pro wrestlers, one of the last things on their mind is money. They do it for the passion, for the love of pro wrestling. But when you get to be at the level of CM Punk or the Elite, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, when you get to be at that level, you can't help but think, I wonder how much money we can get out of this. And that is what has been brought up a lot about this whole situation is we know you got beef, and we don't want to make it a long-term thing, but think about the money that can be made from that match. And with it being a multi-person tag match, they don't even have to work together all that much.
Well, Blood and Guts isn't really a tag match. It's more
Well,
like a tornado thing going on.
you
But-
know what I mean, though, with
but-
so many people being involved.
Right. But I could also see them having a different Blood and Guts, like for Collision, with like FTR and Colt Cabana against and Ricky and against the Bullet Club Gold, and throw the coat in that way. That way you get another Blood and Guts on that way.
Okay. Most of the stuff right now is obviously not confirmed. It's just being spoken about
Oh, I know.
on Twitter, on Facebook, and stuff like that. So it's one of those things where we have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's next Wednesday, so they'll probably find out this Wednesday.
Yeah. It's just interesting, man. If they do announce this week that that's who it is, it's gonna blow people's mind. And
Yeah.
the viewership for that Dynamite
We'll go up
is
dramatically.
gonna be insane. Because a lot of people are talking about not necessarily Dynamite, it's more about Collision, that the numbers are down quite a bit from it. So this could help drive the numbers back up. They could say after Blood and Guts happens, they could be like, what would the fallout from that be? You tune into Collision to see what the fallout could be. And it could work in many different ways. That's just the one thing I think doing this could help out as a whole. You know, if they're able to work together, I'm down for it. But being in the moment and in that match, all it takes is for one wrong punch, one wrong kick, or being too in the moment and taking it too seriously, and things could go downhill
real quick.
Yeah. So just be careful is all I'm saying, Tony. But please make it happen at the same time. So before we move on to Drew's moment of the news, because I know he has something to say, I just want to give a quick shout out to Nicola Glenn Cross. Do you know who that is?
I'm not sure.
You're not. To be fair, once I say it, you're gonna think, I should have known, because it's so close to their name, Nikki Cross.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just want to send a congratulations to Nikki Cross because she graduated from university today.
Cool.
Yeah, she showed up a picture. She showed off a picture of her and Damo, her real life husband, and yeah, she's got her degree. So if for some reason this wrestling thing doesn't pan out, which you never really know because of how they have treated her and as a character and all that, at least she's got something to fall back on.
Yeah.
So yeah, props to her. And I don't think this ties into what you're going to say in any way. So one more congratulations to Logan Paul and his girlfriend. I should have had her name, but I don't right now. They got engaged. So at least that's one person in the world that truly loves you.
That likes Logan Paul.
Yeah, that truly does love you, Logan.
Well, we'll see if he shows up tonight. Hell, we'll see.
Yeah. You know, something might happen there where he spins it to throw it in their faces for all the people that hate him in the crowd. So, yeah, props and congratulations to Logan. I saw the engagement pictures, and they are nice. Congrats to y'all. Drew, the floor is yours.
Okay. Little question. What wrestler has an upcoming cameo as a merman in the Barbie movie?
Ah, fuck you. Like, this is obvious as to who it is. It's
Well,
John Cena, man.
well, they work together on Suicide Squad. That's how they know each other.
Yeah.
And she was at dinner while filming, and she went to pay, and the waiter told her, "Oh, Cena's already paid for you." She looked around, found him. Then she asked, "Would you like to be a cameo in my movie?" He goes, "Sure." So yeah, if you decide to watch the Barbie movie, you get to see Cena.
Look, man. Look, it was. I'm not. I'm not gonna say. Okay, I'm gonna bring it up. Fast 9, Fast 10. The main reason I tolerated Cena in those movies, because that is one of my favorite franchises. The main reason I tolerated Cena in there is because of everything else and everybody else involved in those movies. And I did give him props that he wasn't that bad in this movie. He pulled off that role well. Here's the thing though. It's a Barbie movie. One, no. And okay, I want to ask you a question now, kind of staying on topic. What are your thoughts on Ryan Gosling as an actor?
Everything I've seen so far has been okay. I liked him in Drive and
Mhm.
La La Land.
Yes.
Uh, that's about as far as I've seen.
Yeah. I would say that Drive and La La Land are
Wasn't
like,
he in the that other one, the cop show with shoot, what was Russell Crowe, where they were buddy cops?
I think so.
That was a good one too.
And
I can't
and
remember the name of the movie.
and The Place Beyond the Pines. I don't know if you remember that one.
No, I
It's
don't remember that one.
he plays a bank robber who is misunderstood, has a girlfriend slash wife type of situation, has a kid, and it just shows the story of what happens. Obviously, by what I've said, you can figure out that it ends up very tragic.
Probably.
But what I liked about it was his range of character that he can play. Ah, I don't know if you've seen this one, but he was in it with Steve Carell, Crazy Stupid Love. What's her name? Emma Stone is in
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's a good one. I love me a good comedy. And even though that was labeled as a romantic comedy, it's still a comedy. You got Steve Carell in it, man. Come on. Of course it's going to be a comedy. So, yeah, I'm not like, even with the movies I've seen Ryan Gosling in, that is not enough for, because I respect him for his wide variety of roles that he can play. Ken is not one of the roles that I'm itching to watch him play. I'm fine without watching this movie.
Okay. I will not go to the theater to see this movie.
No.
Now, if it comes out on HBO or Max or something, or Peacock in a few months, I might sit down and watch it because I love Margot Robbie.
I do love Margot Robbie, but I don't even think that's enough for me to sit through this. I just can't, man. I cannot. It's a Barbie movie, okay? I don't think I can do this. It could be the last movie in the world that I've never seen, and I probably still wouldn't watch it. Just okay. I know a lot of people love this movie as well, but I'm going to throw it out there. I've never seen The Notebook.
I've seen bits and pieces. I've seen pieces of it in passing at my sister's house or something when they're watching it.
Yeah.
But I've never sit down and watched the whole thing. No, because that's just not my kind of movie.
Yeah, it's the same thing with this for me. It's not for me.
Right.
And just the mere thought of what outfits I'd see John Cena in.
He's a merman.
No, no, but you know how they do things.
Oh, I know.
I don't. I'm scared of what I would see. So it's not for me, man. It's not enough. Ryan Gosling isn't enough. Margot Robbie isn't enough. If they make a version where they cut out John Cena, maybe I'll watch it on a drunk night somewhere. But
if we do that, we need to watch along. Us all drinking, sitting, and watching Barbie. There's a watch along for us.
I had to throw that out there, didn't you? I hope that doesn't happen. But nah, man. For now, it's a no for me. It would have to be something real big for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna watch this movie. I don't know. But yeah, this thing is not for me, so I'm gonna have to say no. Well, anonymous, thank you for the grifted subscription. I don't know who. I have an idea on who that is, but I'm just gonna leave it as anonymous. So yeah, man, just a Barbie movie. If you want to watch it, fine. At least,
like I said, I'm not going to pay for it when it comes on cable. Might sit down and watch it, but we'll see.
Yeah. The only thing I can say about if you say you won't go to the theater to watch it, and I highly doubt your wife is this kind of a person, but the only way I could see you going to the theater to watch it is if your wife or daughter says, take me to it. But knowing you would send them together. You would not go.
No, I would send them there and I would go watch Indiana Jones or something.
Well, no, fair enough.
I would go to the movie theater with them. I'd just go watch a different movie.
Okay. I would probably do the same thing. You need to finally watch Fast 10. That's what you need to do.
I know.
Because
it's supposed to hit Peacock beginning of August, so.
Because I'm dying over here, man. I can talk to you about it, bro. That cliffhanger's got me fucked up. Still, is all I'm going to say. So, yeah. Hopefully you get to watch it soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was it for the news. Like I said, we really didn't have much, but luckily Andrew brought the Barbie movie up, and so it gave us a little bit more to talk about. So now that we've gone through the news, I'm going to go back to Drew and get his moment for WWE this week.
Where do we start? Oh, I'll let you have the good news. I'll take it. My favorite part of the week was Shayna and Ronda. Because we all know Money in the Bank. Shayna turned on Ronda, and Ronda came out asking why. So Shayna came out and told her, and she went off on her basically about how she didn't deserve all this. She got handed everything. Shayna had to work her way up. She wouldn't be in the business without Shayna. And Shayna goes, the only thing I got to apologize to is all these people for bringing you into WWE, which was a good line.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need this battle at SummerSlam.
Yeah. It was very surprising to me when they did that turn because not near nobody was expecting it.
And according to the crowd reaction, they're making Shayna the face.
That
I don't know if they wanted to or not, but that's the way the crowd's reacting. They're loving Shayna. They're booing Ronda.
yeah, I think what in WWE's mind, what they're trying to do is wanting to set up Ronda as a face by making us feel bad for her that her friend betrayed her.
But it's not working.
It's not gonna work.
No.
And I'm gonna be completely honest. All right. And call me biased, call me whatever you want. I don't think Ronda has she been perfect? No. Has she had issues in WWE, especially after she came back on her second run? Yes. But you still have to have some level of respect for her.
She does. She can work.
Yes. When given something that piques her interest, she can pull it off. Has it seemed like she hasn't cared at times? Yes, because you didn't give her something interesting or something that she was interested in. And a lot of people in WWE, not only her, have shown that level of non-commitment whenever you give them something they don't want to do.
Yes.
But they do it anyway. She just looked pissed off the whole time she was doing it. And I can't blame her for that. But now that this has happened, even though I think it was too soon, you can tell that she is into it. And
yes.
and that line at the very beginning when Shayna came out where she said, I'm just gonna say what everybody else is thinking. Like you're not good on the mic line. Yeah. It was
That's true.
And yes, it is true. That is one of the things that they still to this day need to work on her with. But in the ring, you can tell how good she is.
Yes.
And that is something that you have to appreciate. And that is the one thing that I'm going to like most about this rivalry is they can both go in the ring and whatever Ronda lacks in on the mic, Shayna's going to take care of that. So, hell yeah. I can't wait to see what happens there. And it looks like we lost Drew, but he's come back now.
No, I lost you. Something, I don't know.
Yeah, something happened there. It got a little bit weird. So that was actually going to be my moment. So I'm just going to, I know I had backups.
I figured we'd want to talk Bloodline for your moment.
Well, yeah. To be honest, okay, let's talk Bloodline. Bloodline, obviously,
is the best storyline in years.
Yeah, and we've been saying that for weeks, months, ever since the whole Sami Zayn thing picked up.
Yeah,
we've been on board here. The only thing I think that's missing from this right now is having more involvement from senior Bloodline family members. Bringing in Rikishi, bringing in The Rock, even though, air quotes on that one. But he's still in the family. I just want to see more involvement from other family members But yes, so it started off on SmackDown with Jimmy and Jay coming out and then pretty much saying that we are the ones, we are the new bloodline, and how they're gonna be the ones to dethrone and take care of Roman. So hell yeah, man. But then you have Heyman come out with Solo, and they put them in there. They try and put them in their place, but doesn't quite work until Roman comes out.
Yeah.
And to that point, he makes them believe that that he's turned over and that he's realized what he's done wrong this whole time. And he gets on his knees, he throws down the lei he wears, and that's when I can't remember if it was Jimmy or Jay, but
Jay.
it was Jay, right? Yeah. And it was all a plan by Roman to ambush the Usos. Though this is what I saw that a lot of people were saying is they didn't think, or they thought that this ran too long.
Well,
That
it
first
took
segment ran about 45 minutes.
It was the first 35 minutes of SmackDown.
Yes.
And then they went to commercial next, and you come back, and they're putting Jimmy in the ambulance, and Jay's leaving with him.
Yeah. I found it very interesting. This could have been, it was still interesting to me because obviously the bloodline, like we said, is one of the good things there. But could it have been cut a little bit? Yes. Did we really need that little bit at the end where they came out again? Some people have been saying that they could have been that could have been the segment that happens next week.
Well, when Jay
Yes.
came back, I think it needed to be that night.
You think it needed to be that night?
We had to throw down the challenge when it was still fresh in our mind.
Yeah. I mean,
because when you think about it, Jay's the hothead. If you let him sit for a week, he's not going to be as passionate as he was the same night.
Yeah.
So I think you needed to have it at the end of the show.
Yeah. And
I think it was interesting the way Roman ran off and let Solo take the beat down.
yeah, that is the other thing I found very interesting on this is even though Solo has been a badass from everything we have seen from him, even though he hasn't spoken at all. If he were to somehow become the new tribal chief, I would believe it. I would believe that over Jay or Jimmy at this point, just because I think he's more menacing. So that's just where I think this could go. And from everything that happened on SmackDown, like I said, I just think it ran a little long. It could have been cut by about 10 minutes, and I think it would have been good. It would have been a lot better. I just think it ran a little bit too long. But yeah,
I thought it was fine.
yeah. I just know of a couple of people that I spoke to that by the time that first segment ended, they weren't necessarily tuned out, but it dragged on that they sort of fell asleep. Not because of boredom or anything, just because nothing else was happening. And there's, even though the Bloodline is the main story on SmackDown, there's other stories that can go on as well. We need to start building other stuff for after the Bloodline. Because like we've spoken about before, the rumor is that once Roman gets dethroned, he's going to take a bit of a break. Who knows how long that break is going to be?
Probably a month or 2 or 3.
Yeah, but they're going to need some other things on SmackDown to fill for that time. So maybe we should start building that.
Yeah, it also depends on, a lot of it depends on who dethrones him.
Yeah, that too. So still very good segments from the Bloodline. I'm interested to see if they go well. It was sort of set up for Jay versus Roman at the end of the night. But you also got to see what kind of involvement Solo's going to have. Because it looks like they're building him up as well. So,
yes.
Very interesting shit. Can't wait to see how that plays out. It's the very long game, bro. But I'm here for it. And, I appreciate all those people coming in here in the chat, calling us out and saying, fake WWE fans, you didn't acknowledge us. Oh, I acknowledged you. And I even wrote back to you in the chat. So you can tell that this is not a fake pre-recorded stream. But much respect to The Undertaker and everything he did for the company.
But he's retired.
Yes. He is retired. He is not currently active. And we're actively talking about stuff that happened this past week. So we appreciate you coming in, but, thanks for the negativity as well. So now that we've gone through our moments for WWE, I'm going to go back to Drew and get his moment for AEW. Wait. Hold on. I got to say one more thing. We're going to talk AEW. I hope you WWE fans are fine with this.
I'm probably going to steal your segment again.
That's all good, bro. I got lists pulled up. I'm ready.
Well, it's not really a segment. It's more of they did like 3 or 4 segments together. Come on. We did not expect this when we heard the names Adam Cole, MJF for the tag tournament.
Yes.
But, dude, it's comedy gold.
Yeah.
First, you have them at the locker and doing workouts together and everything. And they're MJF's trying to make fun of the big guy, and Adam tells him he can't, but then they both say, he reminds me of Tony Schiavone. And then you have their match, which they won. Who was it? It was Butcher and
Matt Menard.
Yeah, Magic
Daddy
Daddy
Magic.
or whatever his name is. Point one. Oh.
Yeah.
His half a point 2.0. But then MJF throws him the birthday party with the streamers and the cake, and he tries to throw Cole into the cake, but he reverses on him. He gets in the cake. But yeah, when you said when Tony Schiavone first said those names, we did not think we would have comedy from these guys and it would work, but it does.
Yeah. Because here's what I'm going to say about it. We know, and this is something I've said before, that happens in AEW And I wish, oh, here it goes for the WWE fans. I'm gonna piss them off a little bit again. This is what WWE I wish they would do a lot more of. You can take them seriously, but see the comedy side as well. But you got to keep that shit separate. Like you want to do the comedy bits outside, they go to the gym. MJF is lifting, and Adam Cole isn't even spotting him. He's over
on his
there
phone.
on his phone on Twitter, some shit. You know, that is the funny bits, and I love that as well. I love the funny bits. But then you go to the match, and that also works. Adam Cole is a professional. MJF is a professional. It works. When MJF came out and he said, "Cut my music," pointed, and Adam Cole came out, he did the whole Adam Cole entrance with him. Boom, Adam Cole, baby, the whole bit. He did it all. I even love that.
Yes.
And you can tell Adam Cole loved it.
They're having fun.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's all about having fun. So whenever the match ended and they had the whole birthday celebration, and whenever Adam Cole didn't fall for it, even though MJF was teasing it behind him, like, I'm going to push his face in, I'm going to push his face in. And he reversed it. And Adam Cole took it, and MJF took it, and he laughed about it. Love that shit. Old MJF would have been mad. He would have beat the shit out of Adam Cole. But not here. It works. You have the serious match. You see that they're taking it seriously, that it's for the tag titles in the end. That's what the tournament is for.
Yes.
And they are taking it seriously. That's what I want. And I'm gonna bring up my moment, obviously, a little bit after this, but it just all works. And I can't wait to see what they do next with Adam Cole and MJF, because they hung out again during the weekend. So we're gonna get another video package of what happened there. But I'm here for this shit, man. And since that was your moment, my moment also stays within the realm of the Eliminator Tag Team Tournament, about people who shouldn't work together anymore, but for the sake of possibly getting a tag title shot, they worked together down to the last seconds. Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland versus Cassidy and Darby Allin. If anybody wasn't going to get along, it was going to be Keith Lee and Swerve. Because of everything that happened with them, the betrayal of Swerve on Keith Lee when they were the best of friends. No offense to the best friends, but they were the best of friends. Yeah, if anybody was not going to get along in this tournament, that's who it was going to be. And even when Swerve hit Keith Lee accidentally with some moves,
twice or three times.
Yeah, it was 2 to 3 times that it happened. They still shrugged it off and tried to make it work. But they lost, and that's where it ended. And I had a feeling that they were going to lose, because for a very long time, a lot of people have been asking for Keith Lee versus Swerve to finally happen. Like for them to have that legit match we were supposed to have a very long time ago. And now that they had the miscues in this match, we can start building to that again. I just hope something doesn't happen to where we have to postpone this match again. What did you think about Swerve and Keith working together again?
They were entertaining. That was a very entertaining match.
Yeah.
And Keith, when he at the very beginning of the match, when he threw Darby across the ring, it's like, damn, because he just launched Darby from one turnbuckle almost to the other one.
Yeah. That was a hell of a way to kick off that match because of the elevation that Darby got.
Yeah. And either one of those two guys going up against Keith Lee, it's just a mismatch.
Yeah.
Darby or Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. But they all work well together, man.
Yes, they did.
So
it was very entertaining, very fast paced. Keith Lee can keep up with the small guys, which is a credit to him as well.
Yeah. Yeah. He can. Because we've all seen how athletic Keith Lee can be. So even though it looks like a very big mismatch, it works. It all works. Tony Khan knows what he's doing. Tony Khan trusts these guys to take care of themselves, and that's exactly what they do. So, who do you think is going to win this tournament?
I don't even know all the teams. Have they even announced all the teams yet?
They have not. They have not. But from the ones that we have, because a lot of them have been Frankenstein teams. Like you had Matt Menard and the Butcher. Like they're not a tag team, but they were put together for it. Adam Cole and MJF aren't a tag team, but they were put together for it. Keith Lee and Swerve had their issues as a tag team, but they were put together again for it. So yeah, it's one of those things where you have to wait and see who else they're gonna put together. But so far, it's very, very good. And
did Sammy and Daniel Garcia win their match?
Yes, they did. Yeah, they did.
That could be a team that you might want to look out for.
Yeah,
because they're already kind of tag team as part of the JAS, so they've worked together several times before in triple threat match and trios matches. So I think they could be dangerous. And why not?
Yeah, why not? There could, just like a lot of people are saying that MJF and Adam Cole are their favorites to win this, you can't count out a true tag team that has worked together before.
Right.
And that's Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara. So, hell yeah, man. We have to wait and see who else gets announced as tag teams in this tournament,
or even Darby and Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. Yeah. The ones that have won their matches so far are pretty damn legit. And Matt Hardy had
Jeff,
a match as well. Yeah.
Jericho. I mean, not Jericho, Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett. That was not gonna fucking work. I could already tell you that. I could tell you that as soon as they fucking announced that shit. And that's why I couldn't think of the name at the moment, just because I had already put it out of my mind.
That's who Sammy and
that's who they
beat. Yeah.
So they made the right choice there. Yeah, I see a lot of really good choices made in this tournament so far, and I can't wait to see what else, what other choices they make. So yeah, real good shit there from AEW as well, and that's what I want to see out of WWE. Keep the comedy bits separate from the in-ring action.
Unless it's Sammy, because Sammy's always comedy goat,
Yes,
especially him and Kevin.
yes,
And he did a great job in the Bloodline, coming up with his shit. Like Jay wasn't feeling Usi, and then we get Usi shirts. Come on.
I would say that is probably the best they have done to this point in recent WWE things.
Yeah. And then Sammy and Kevin talking about Kevin's blood pressure getting up and calming him, trying to calm him down.
Yeah. And one more thing before we wrap up here, since we brought up WWE again. I know it was only 1 week, but can we please not forget about LA Knight?
Yeah.
A lot of people are already afraid because we didn't get to see him this week. So man.
I saw something on the dark match this Friday. He got a pop louder than Roman got when he came out, or the Usos got.
Yeah.
They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah. They need to not forget about LA Knight and just focus on him and push him while the crowd loves him. Because if you don't capitalize, they're going to fall off. And once you try and make it work, it's going to be too late.
Yes,
so,
it will be.
Yeah. So, yeah, just don't forget about LA Knight. So, yeah, it was a bit of a short stream, like we mentioned at the beginning. So, we apologize for that. But we had to come on here and give our thoughts on what had happened. What, if anything, do you expect from Raw tonight? Do you have anything in mind as far as what you expect?
I don't know if Logan's going to wrestle Ricochet tonight, or is he going to wait till SummerSlam to wrestle? Because I don't know if Logan wrestles on Monday night. You think he'll just accept a challenge from Ricochet or challenge him to SummerSlam?
I could see him accepting a challenge tonight. But yeah, Logan is more of a pay-per-view attraction or a PLE, premium live event, if you must. So yeah, he'll have a random match on Raw or SmackDown, but I don't think it's going to happen tonight. Wasn't, if I remember correctly, Becky Lynch versus Zoe Stark that was going to happen?
Yes.
But so about 30 minutes before we went live, I saw a post from Sean Ross Sapp on Twitter where it's not a serious injury, but Becky did pick up a bit of an injury. So from the reports he is seeing, that match has been called off for tonight. So I'm just expecting to see that being tied into happening elsewhere, obviously. But I wonder if it's a real report or if they're just messing with us again. It's actually going to happen tonight. So that's just one of the things I heard before coming live. So I had to mention it. Anything else before we end it, bro?
That, no. And just the fallout between Priest and Balor.
Yeah, Priest and Balor. And just for those that came in here so nicely and called me a fake WWE fan, I have another stack here of Prism cards that I just got on Sunday. And I have another one in the binder that I already opened up that I received on Saturday. So, riddle me this. would a fake WWE fan pay $32 roughly per pack? No. Would a fake WWE fan have a binder to put them in and then have protective covers? No. So, just saying, if you're going to come in here, maybe listen to us for a little bit more than 2 minutes before you decide to judge. And maybe I understand about trying to talk on your favorites, but whenever we're going through with our moments of the week, we will talk about the moments of the week. And if you wanted to talk about The Undertaker, we would have after that if you wanted to stick around. But you decided to speak a certain way. So there you go. Like always, if you have any questions, positive comments, or negative comments, I welcome it all. WrestleLost@gmail.com, WrestleLost on Facebook, and don't forget to give us a follow here on Twitch and on our YouTube. So appreciate all the attention and hope you guys enjoy Raw, and we will talk to you all next week.